At Bob Jones High School, we have worked very hard to talk with our teachers and to impress upon them the importance of building relationships with their students and to be very intentional in the approach that our teachers have to instruction. When I think of responsive teaching and how this looks in our classes at Bob Jones, I think about best practice. And I think about that this isn't something new. When I walk into a class and I see that the teaching is based on the individual needs of the student, that I see that maybe there is a small group going on with one group of students, and they're working on a specific activity that is scaffolded just for them, that is designed for that group. When I see a different group, maybe in another part of the room, their focus, their research, their activity that they're doing may be on a totally different level and may look totally different from the other group in the room. It is differentiated to the needs of those particular students. And then there may be a third group in the class where the teacher is working with this one small group reteaching a certain concept. And so all the groups in the room would be working on the same concept or the same certain standards, but it looks very different in that same classroom. Whether the class is working in small groups or whether there's a large group activity going on, we must have an intentional focus on using the twirl concept or framework, where we include talking, an intentional focus on writing, an intentional focus on investigation. We must have these intentional focuses because it's not enough just to have the students read without that purpose. It's not enough to have them write without that purpose. That purpose has to be to come together using all of these different strategies and all these different focus so we can work to the same goal. We've got to prepare our students not just in reading and writing, but it's those investigative skills, it's those critical thinking skills, those problem-solving skills. And using the twirl model, we can incorporate all of those into every lesson. Responsive teaching is making sure that we understand that we are being proactive, not reactive. Responsive teaching, it's a verb, it's not a noun. It's an action. Students need to see that they are successful. They need to see that they're progressing. And this is a shift in mindset. This is very important that we are proactive with our students and not reactive.
Tier 1 instruction is the core instruction for all students. It's differentiation, not intervention. It's interactive and engaging whole group instruction. And it includes collaborative groups, and it's a grouping of students, not just their desks. It's explicit instruction time connected with opportunities for practice, and this will address 80% of the classroom population.
Tier 2 instruction is to intentionally help students who are struggling with parts of the concept. This should be about 15% of the population in your classroom that are struggling. For a student to be in Tier 2 instruction, it doesn't mean that they will be Tier 2 instruction for their entire high school career. We have to use formative assessment to derive the Tier 2 instruction, which will mean that we might use a different tool to reteach the concept to the student. we'll show them in a different way, or we'll even try a different approach to help that student understand that concept.
Tier 3 instruction is roughly around 5% of the total population of students in a classroom. Usually it's outside of the general education classroom, but Tier 3 instruction is not necessarily a special education setting. It is the environment that provides the most success for our students. Tier 3 instruction always takes place after unsuccessful attempts of Tier 2 instructional strategies, and it is always important to document.
Our school data shows that Tier 1 instruction does not meet the needs of every student. On the collaborative half day, which is April 15th, we all will have the opportunity to experience firsthand a dyslexia training that will help us understand the stress that is put on students who struggle in a Tier 1 setting and how it affects their self-esteem.